Both, isn't that
I like
cute?
that.
Yeah. Both Las Vegas Animal Control and Clark County Animal Control have changed how they handle outdoor cats. It's a big concern as we get into spring and litters are being born.
And here to discuss this issue, Las Vegas Valley Humane Society's president, Karen Lane, and thanks for coming in. How are you?
My pleasure. Just wonderful. Thank you very much.
Now, I saw your article in Pet Scene magazine, and you were talking about how the changes have come about. What are the changes? Because I guess at some point, the cats were being trapped and maybe put down?
Well, both actually within the valley, all of the animal control agencies have had a long history of allowing people to trap cats that they didn't want on their property. They would come out and pick up the cats, take them to the Animal Foundation, where invariably probably almost 95% of them would be put down. Oh. So, and particularly for feral cats, as you know, we have a really large feral cat population, or what we would call stray cat, or really non-adoptable cat population in the valley. So that was very true that a lot of them were ending up in the shelter, and the animal control agencies became very efficient at that. Well, now here we are. We've changed. We've done a lot of changes, and the county, as of December the 1st, is no longer picking up cats, period.
Why?
What they will, let me say this, let me just kind of add the conditions because I want to make sure everybody understands. They will pick up injured or ill cats. They will pick up cats on a school site. And so they will pick up cats from a site that's been deemed a nuisance, and that's determined by the supervisor within Clark County. Right. The city of Las Vegas is still picking up cats, but what happens is once those cats go into the shelter, if they have a microchip, they'll be held for 72 hours. If they don't have a microchip, within certain zip codes, they will be spayed and neutered and returned back to where they came from. If they're considered adoptable, they may go into adoptions, but for the most part, most of them are going to go back where they came from once they're spayed, neutered, and vaccinated, and ear tip. That's the big key.
Well, my question is, what makes a cat adoptable? You said some of them won't be. What makes a cat adoptable?
Well, what you see, a lot of times what we see on the street is that there are a lot of what we call unadoptable cats. They're not going to come to you. If you feed them, they may rub up against your leg over time, but you're not able to pick them up. They probably would scratch you. If they have kittens, they're going to hiss at you. They may actually attack you when they have kittens. But this is what, these are cats that we would consider not adoptable, because people nowadays, they want this cat that they can put on there. If it sits on your lap and you can love on it, that's an adoptable cat. Right. And people say all the time, they'll say to me, oh, it'll allow me to, it'll rub up against my leg and I can pet it occasionally. That's not an adoptable cat, okay, unfortunately.
There's also still a big problem in the valley with people feeding these feral cats. They think they're doing something good for the cats, but they're really creating a whole other problem.
Well, they are if the cats are not spayed and neutered, and that's the issue. Because under the new ordinances for both the city and the county, it's perfectly legal to feed feral cats as long as they're spayed and neutered, vaccinated, and they have to have that ear tip. That's really important.
What's the ear tip?
The ear tip, if you look at say if you have a tip and it's cut flat across the top, so there's no more ear tip, basically it's a flat ear tip, then that means that the cat has been spayed and neutered. It's a universal sign.
Fantastic.
So that way, so everyone, right away, if a trapper traps the cat, they know the cat's already been spayed and neutered.
And really quickly, you're looking for volunteers. You've got an event coming up.
Yes, we are looking for volunteers. We have several events coming up, actually. We have we're going to be doing a low-cost clinic. I'm not going to say where it is right now, but so what we do need at this time are licensed vet techs. We desperately need licensed vet techs, but we always need volunteers to provide, to help people who are coming to the area. We need foster homes. I think that goes without saying, particularly for the kitten season as it comes up. We're hoping there are not that many kittens. They're going to be spayed and neutered.
Well, thank you for coming on. And right now, the Las Vegas Valley Humane Society is looking for, as she said, adoption counselors, foster care providers, volunteers. They're having their orientation. It's coming up on the 20th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at their office on South Jones. And of course, you need to RSVP ahead of time, and we will have all that on our site. Still to come here on Valley View Live, I'm going to go kind of across the hall for Action News Live at 3.